Mario, Mario, Mario. How many Mario games are there? A lot. And how many Mario games are there that at the end you have to save the princess? Well, most of them. And are we exhausted by that idea? Yeah, completely. I mean, how about role reversal? Yeah. Has it happened? Of course it has. How about with Super Princess Peach? Yeah. Who would have thought that's ever coming? Yeah, this one was released quite a few years ago, but this question is, does it really work? Depends on what you're expecting. In my opinion, decent. But let's get into detail. Of course, as you know, for all you who are exhausted by the fact that Mario has to save this damsel in distress, this time the damsel in distress becomes the hero and has to save the hero abductee, as well as the Toads and, well, yeah, so she's the adventurer and Mario's the kidnapped. Adventure ahoy, I should say. So the level designs are quite good in this game for a DS game. And yeah, they're obviously taken right out of Yoshi's Island. Though it does lack challenge, as you'd expect. First time playing it, I didn't really know what to expect. I mean, obviously it's a 2D side-scroller, and of course it makes usage of the touchscreen, being that it's on the Nintendo DS. Though it does lack a little bit, and it is a little shallow with power. Being that, well, of course you have to upgrade, but what kind of power does Peach use? Well, people can complain this is a little bit sexist, because you have to control her emotions. For her temper, I guess it's for stomping stuff. Yeah, you gotta control with the angry little heart there on the touchscreen. Then to make plantation or vegetation grow to help her get up a beanstalk or something, you gotta make her cry. Okay, that's taking the sexist thing a little bit far there. Come on, Nintendo. I realize she's a princess, but give her some credit, will ya? Then you got the joy thing, which I guess brings her health back up, I guess? Yeah, as I remember. Or one of these two. Haven't played this game in a while, but that's as all as I remember that's fresh in my mind. So, yeah, she uses those as her power-ups. And then, of course, after beating levels, you soon notice you may have to go back and backtrack to find the Toads that are kidnapped. Yeah, but at least it does give you a hint on the screen, telling you that you're in the same room as a Toad. So, there's not much challenge, a whole lot in comparison to what I've played before with a lot of other Mario games. But the level designs, as I said, are pretty nice, and there's definitely a lot of color variety to it. The music soundtrack is pretty good, and of course, if you played Mario 2, aka Doki Doki Mario, you of course get the floating ability with what of course it's used with her umbrella. Of course, as you progress further on in the game, it upgrades so you can float more and more. And you can also use it as a little boat thing or dinghy to float in the water. But of course there also are death traps as well, you know, chasms and such. And you can also take damage from enemies too as well. Then there's of course boss fights, which for the most part can be challenging, but I think the worst part is getting to them. Because most of the time you have to use a touchscreen and try to, you know, make her jump up. But then there's the other ones where you're floating down and you have to tap the ghost to get them out of the way. It starts out easy early on in the game, but then later on, boy does it get frustrating. And I think this is the only real frustrating part of the game. But then when you get to the Bowser fight, well, actually first you get to the Hammerhead Brothers fight. Not too hard, but it's challenging. But then the Bowser fight may look easy at first, but boy, when he grows into a freaking giant, can be a little bit challenging, but it's what you'd expect. I guess they had to give some credit to the damsel in distress, as I said before, but with that I'd say Nintendo gave very little. So, would I say it's a worthwhile game, an adventure? Maybe worth a little look, but nothing superb. I'd say it's decent. So, my opinion, I think it just deserves a plain 2-year modes up. Decent game. So, till next time, happy gaming.
Get over here!